So welcome to a brand new video of our channel, where in today's video we are going to talk about Hollywood's latest movie, Mickey 17. This Me 17 movie is Robert Pattinson's first movie of this year, and this movie has been directed by South Korean director Bong Joon-ho, who has previously given amazing movies like Parasite. And if we talk about the Me 1 movie, then this movie is also very good, and that is why in today's video I am going to explain the story of this Me 17 movie for all of you, so that all of you can enjoy knowing the story of this entire movie sitting at home. So let me tell you here that the story of this movie and this video are both going to be very amazing, so all of you quickly like this video and write Mickey 17 in the comments. The rest who have not yet subscribed to our channel, all of them should quickly subscribe to our channel and also set the bell icon next to the subscribe button to all, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on our channel, so we can watch that video first. So let us start today's amazing video without any delay. Zombie. So the Me 7 movie starts with a futuristic world. That is, a world that belongs to the future much more than the present world. We see that everything is very advanced in this future world, but despite being advanced, the condition of this world is very bad, and the condition of the people living in this world is getting worse and worse, and this is because in so many years, humans have used all the resources of the world, and that is why now the resources are on the verge of ending, due to which the world is no longer suitable for humans to live, and humans live here with great difficulty. But now only after this, inside this world, we meet the main character of our story, whose name is Mickey, and this Mickey is none other than actor Robert Pattinson. We see that Robert Pattinson, Mickey, lives with another friend of his whose name is Timur. This Timon is very poor. But despite being poor, Mickey and Timon decide that they will open a small business together so that they can also earn some money by doing business. Now, to start this small business, Mickey and Timon take a loan from a loan shark, and these loan sharks are basically people who have a lot of money of their own, and hence they lend money to others at high interest. We see that after taking money from the loan shark, Mickey and Timon open their joint venture together, but their joint venture business flops and they lose all the money taken from the loan shark, and now because they do not have money, they are not able to repay the loan, and now that is why when the loan shark does not get his money, he comes and captures both of them and tries to get his money back from them, but the loan shark comes to know that these two losers have nothing, and hence, in exchange for recovering his money, the loan shark makes Mickey and Timon a part of an experiment to be held in space. And this loan shark tells both of them that if both of them do not become a part of this space experiment, then he will kill both of them, and that is why, friends, we see that Mickey and Timon become a part of the space experiment on the behest of loan shark. Now further we get to know about the space experiment. What exactly is it? For this, we first meet actor Mark Ruffalo, the same actor who plays Hulk inside the MCU. But if we talk about this movie, then the name of his character in this movie is Kenneth Marshall, and this man named Kenneth Marshall is a very famous, powerful, and very rich person, and at the same time he has also contested elections in the USA twice, but he has lost both the times in the elections. But we know that this Kenneth Marshall is a very rich businessman who also has a big company, and inside this company he conducts human experiments so that through those experiments he can advance humans, and whatever weaknesses or deficiencies are there in humans, they can be corrected and they can be made better. We know that a very big scientist used to work in Kenneth Marshall's company, and this scientist was very intelligent, but he was also a bit psycho because he hated homeless and poor people a lot, due to which whenever he saw a homeless person, he used to kill him very brutally. But this scientist, while working in Kenneth Marshall's company, starts working on a human multiple project, which is basically a project in which a completely new body is created for a human by taking his body particles, like blood, flesh, or DNA, and whatever deficiencies are there in the human body. All those deficiencies are removed in his new body, and this project is conducted so that all the deficiencies of humans can be removed and they can be made better. But friends, we see that this psycho-scientist who is working on this project secretly keeps it secret. He creates two clones like himself, and now because both his body clones are like him, they also start roaming around the city and killing all the poor and homeless people, and now because these incidents increase a lot, so after investigation it is found out that this psycho-scientist is behind all these things, and at the same time it also comes out that he has created two human clones like himself, and that is why after the disclosure of all these things, the government considers this project a threat to humanity and the world and bans this project to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. But now after all this, the owner of this company, Kenneth Marshall, proposes that if everyone is feeling that this human experiment is a threat to the world, then it does not matter. From now on he will not do this human experiment in the world, but from now on he will do it inside space, and he will pick up only those people who want to be a part of this human experiment, and he will take them and put them on them. The experiment will be done in space or on another planet, and due to doing this there will be no danger to the Earth, and we see that this proposal of Kenneth Marshall is passed, after which he gets approval that from now on he can do this experiment in space or on any other planet, and then for this Kenneth Marshall hires many people and puts them all in his spaceship and prepares to go to space, and then after this the story comes in the present, where we come to know that Mickey and Tim's loan shark has made both of them a part of this experiment, and now because Mickey and Tim do not have any other option, that is why both of them have to become a part of Kenneth Marshall's experiment even if they do not want to. But inside this experiment we see that Mickey's friend Tim is selected to fly the plane, but if we talk about Mickey then he is selected in the Human Multiple Project, which project is named Expendable. Now after this we see that Kenneth Marshall, his wife Mickey, Timon and many other valets all come together in a spaceship and together they leave for space. Now their spaceship reaches space, and after reaching space, Kenneth Marshall along with his wife comes in front of all the valets, and while giving his speech in front of all of them, he tells them that now their spaceship is inside space and from here they are going directly towards a planet full of ice whose name is Niflheim, and the experiment that they have come to complete in space. They will do that experiment only after reaching Niflheim, and along with that they will also do an experiment on Niflheim to see if that planet is suitable for humans to live or not, and if it is suitable for humans to live then humans will be settled there as soon as possible, but it will take 42 years for their spaceship to reach this planet named Niflheim, and that is why for 42 years all of them have to live as a part of this spaceship. Well friends, let me tell you that the distance of all the planets inside the space is very high, especially if we talk about a planet whose environment is like the Earth, then it will take 4 to 5 years for humans to reach there, and that is why according to that, this time of 45 years has been shown absolutely correct. Now inside the spaceship of the two friends, we see that Mickey meets many other people like him here, but among them there is also a girl whose name is Nasha, and after meeting Nasha, Mickey and Nasha both become friends, then love blossoms between them, and then that is why both of them start living together. Both of them live together, eat together, and even sleep together. The rest now because Mickey is also a part of the Human Multipulse experiment, that is, he is an expendable, that is why we see that Mickey is scanned inside the spaceship and a print of his body is prepared by taking the particles of his body so that when Mickey dies during the experiment, then a new Mickey is brought to life by making a print of his body, and this thing is exactly like what you all have shown in the trailer of the movie and Friends. Here in the experiment, as many times Mickey dies and as many times the prints of his new body are prepared, that many times that Mickey will advance from his old Mickey, that is, just understand that the new Mickey will be an upgraded version of the old Mickey, and now that is why before starting the experiment Mickey is named Mickey 1. Now after this we see that a lot of time passes and everyone reaches directly at Niflheim, that is, on the same frozen planet where the experiment will be done on Mickey. Here the experiment starts on Mickey, in which first of all Mickey is sent outside the spaceship without any mask so that he can breathe freely in the environment of this planet and can know that the environment here is not suitable for humans to live. Is it worth it or not? But friends, when Me1 is sent here then we see that there are many such viruses and bacteria in the air of this planet which are very dangerous for humans, and that is why when Mickey 1 breathes here then many dangerous viruses and bacteria enter his body, and that is why in the experiment we see that Mickey 1 dies, but only after the death of Mickey 1 Mickey 2 is created, which is not only more advanced than Mickey 1 but also has more immunity than Me 1. But friends, unfortunately Me 2 is also unable to withstand these viruses and bacteria, due to which he also dies, and then after the death of Mickey 2 Mickey 3 is created, but then only after this he also dies, after which comes Mickey 4, and then Mickey 4 also dies, after which comes Me 5, and friends, this sequence continues like this, but after the death of many Mickeys we see that now the new one Mickey becomes completely immune to the virus and bacteria of Niflheim, that is, now this Mickey has no problem breathing here. But friends, this Mickey is Mickey 17, which means Mickey has died 16 times in this experiment, but now finally inside the 17th body Mickey has gained immunity to live here, but only after this we see that blood samples are taken from Mickey 17's body, and such vaccines are prepared from those blood samples, with which all the humans in the spaceship are also made immune there like Mickey, and now that is why every person in this spaceship can breathe inside this Niflheim planet, and now when finally humans can survive in Niflheim, that is why we see that a team of Me 7 and 3 people with him is formed, and they are sent to the Niflheim planet for research, after which Mickey and his 3 companions go to the nearby cave, and after reaching there they start researching about the planet, but inside the same cave they see that there are very big insects there, and that is why all those big insects scare all 4 of them, and because of this they start running away from there, but during the run we see that snow and debris falls on one of the girls from the team of 4, due to which that girl dies on the spot, and those big insects of that cave start eating that girl, but the other 3 people of the group run away quickly and reach the spaceship. Now after this, the scientists inside the spaceship start researching on all those big insects only after knowing all these things, after which they understand that those big insects like to eat the flesh of humans, and that is why if those big insects come near any human then they will chew and eat that human. However, as soon as Kenneth Marshall comes to know about this, he gets very angry and he gets scared the most here. Mickey gets angry because Mickey failed to save the girl from his team, and Kenneth Marshall gets angry here because all the wallets he has brought inside the spaceship are scapegoats for him, and that is why he wants all his wallets to be safe so that he can use them in experiments as he wants, but only after this Kenneth Marshall sends Mickey 17 to that cave again, and he asks Mickey 17 to bring one of those insects from inside the cave so that he can experiment on that insect, and he sends Mickey inside the cave because he knows that if Mickey is killed then those people will make his clone again. Now friends, only after this we see that Mickey goes inside that cave again, but Mickey's foot slips there and he goes deep inside the cave, and only after reaching there he sees that there are many big insects there, and all of them among the big insects There is one insect whose size is very big, and this big insect is the biggest among all these insects, and now this big insect slowly comes near Mickey 17 and grabs his legs, and at the same time many small insects also come around him. So seeing all of them, Mickey feels that now all of them together will eat him, and the strange thing is that no insect eats Mickey, rather instead of eating, all those insects start pushing Mickey and with the help of their bodies slowly bring him out of the cave, and then after some time they bring Mickey to the surface outside the cave and leave Mickey there and go back. Now Mickey does not understand after seeing this that why those insects did not eat him and that they did not eat him. This thing is understandable, but this thing is not understandable at all, that why those insects took Mickey out of the cave, as if it seemed that all those insects they were helping Mickey, but after coming out Mickey was feeling very cold, and that's why Mickey slowly and somehow quickly comes inside the spaceship. Here inside the spaceship, the scientist feels that maybe Mickey 17 is dead because they all have noticed that Me 7 has fallen in front of all the insects inside the cave, and that's why everyone feels that maybe all the insects have eaten Me 7, and now that's why they print Mickey 18 in front of Me 7, and that's why when Mickey 17 reaches his room, then he sees that there is another print of his, which is of course Me 1. On seeing Mickey 18, Me 7 tells him that I am still alive, and that's why I will go and report that you and Mickey 18 should be killed quickly, but on hearing this Mickey 18 stops 17 and he tells 17 not to do this at all because actually he has been alive for a few hours only. He is alive, and since he is alive, he is feeling very good, and that is why he does not want to die but wants to live, but after listening to him, Me 7 tells him that I cannot do this, I will have to report you and get you finished, and this is because every time I have died and been reprinted, I have felt that I have come alive again, but this time after seeing you, number 18, I feel that I have not been reborn this time, but you are someone else, and that is why I know that if I am killed then i.e. Mickey will be completely finished, and that is why after saying this, Me 17 runs away from there so that he can report about number 18, but we see that Me 18 makes number 17 unconscious and picks him up and takes him straight to be burnt, but before burning number 17, Nasha and some other people come there, due to which number 18 is not able to burn number 17. Now friends, we come to know by looking at number 17 and 1/8 that number 17, that is, the old Mickey, is very decent and innocent, but the Mickey number 18 in his place is very scoundrel and crooked, and that is why when this number 18 meets Nasha, he goes to her room with Nasha, after which number 17 also comes to the room from behind, and that is why Nasha comes to know that a clone of Mickey is alive, but Nasha is happy to know this and she accepts both Mickey number 17 and Mickey number 18. But friends, at the same time we see that another agent of Kenneth Marshall, whose name is Kai, sees both Mickey number 17 and Mickey number 18 together with Nasha in the room, and that is why after seeing both of them, she goes straight to Kenneth Marshall so that she can go to him and complain, and seeing Kai leaving from there, Nasha and both the Mickeys also understand that if Kai reaches Kenneth Marshall, then both of them will be killed. Mickey should be killed because actually the rule of this experiment is that if the clone of any expendable survives, then both of them will be killed, and that is why Mickey 18 decides that he will kill Kenneth Marshall before Kai complains, because after Kenneth Marshall's death there will be no one to punish him, and that is why in this way both Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 can survive, and then for this Mickey 18 directly picks up the gun and goes to find Kenneth Marshall and kill him, but seeing this Mickey 17 follows him so that he can stop him from doing so. On the other side we see Kenneth Marshall, who is in the hull of the spaceship at this time, and with him is a very big stone of the Niflheim planet, and this big stone is of completely black color. Here Kenneth Marshall shows this stone to everyone and says that this stone of this planet is very valuable, and now that is why he will take it to Earth and break it into pieces and sell it. And just like gold and diamond pieces are sold for very high prices, similarly its pieces will also be sold for very high prices. Now for this, Kenneth Marshall gets that big stone cut, but while cutting that stone we see that a big worm comes out from inside it, and this worm is actually like the worm from the cave, and that is why all the people get very scared after seeing that worm. But then at the same time Mickey 18 also comes there and he fires at Kenneth Marshall, but because of that worm, all the people got so scared that everyone created a stampede there, and that is why because of the stampede, number 18 misses the target and Kenneth Marshall escapes the bullet, but then only after this the guards of the spaceship come forward and they kill that worm by shooting it, but only after that one worm dies. We see that another worm also comes out from inside the stone, and luckily by the same time Mickey 17 also reaches there, due to which as soon as Kenneth Marshall sees number 17 there, he tells number 17 to catch that other insect. After which number 17 does the same and he catches that other insect, after which the scientists of the spaceship capture that insect so that they can experiment on it. But friends, we see that as soon as that second insect is captured, it suddenly starts screaming very loudly, and the sound of its screaming goes far and wide in the planet, and that is why on the other side in the cave we see that as the sound of that insect's screaming reaches the big insect and the rest of the insects, all these insects together start coming out of the cave and move straight towards the spaceship. Now the scientists who were monitoring the movement of all these insects notice that all the insects together are coming towards their spaceship, and now because all those scientists also know this, they had already realized that all these insects are very powerful. That is why they can break their spaceship and come inside, so they quickly tell this to Kenneth Marshall, but when they tell this to Kenneth Marshall, then we see that at this time Kenneth Marshall has arrested Mickey 1718 and his girlfriend Nusha, and that is because number 18 had fired at him, and at the same time he had also seen with his own eyes that both number 17 and number 18 are alive, and now that is why, because of firing on him and because of one man being multiple, he gives orders to kill Mickey. But before anyone can touch Mickey, Nasha screams and she tells Kenneth Marshall that the scientists are right. All those insects are coming towards the spaceship, and the reason for their coming is this small insect which they have captured, and now that is why Kenneth Marshall and all the people of that spaceship are in a very big danger, and that is why Nusha tells Kenneth Marshall that if all of them have to save their lives here, then you have to return this small insect to all those insects as soon as possible, because if you do not do this, all of them will enter the spaceship and kill all of them. But friends, we see that Kenneth Marshall does not listen to Nasha, and he decides that he will send both of Mickey's friends outside to those insects because he knew that those insects had not done anything to Mickey, and that is why Kenneth Marshall tells both of Mickey's friends that if I send other humans to the insects, they will be killed, but those insects had not done anything to you, and that is why you go to those insects and bring them all as close as possible to my spaceship, and this is because I have developed such a powerful poisonous gas inside my spaceship that I will release on all these insects at once, after which all these insects will be killed due to that gas. But to bring them in the range of the gas, all these insects have to be kept in the room. The insects have to be brought closer to the spaceship, and that is why Kenneth Marshall sends both of Mickey's clones out. But before Mickey's clones go out, we see that a young girl scientist comes out from among all the scientists of the spaceship, and she hands over a translator device to Mi-7, and while giving the translator device, she tells Mickey that all of us scientists have developed this device by studying these insects, and that is why the device is not completely ready, but I hope that you will be able to talk to those insects through this device. Now Mickey 17 takes this translator device and goes directly to those insects with Me 18, and after going to those insects, he directly meets the head of those insects, and after going to him, he tries to talk to him using his device, and here Mickey sees that his device is working because whatever he is saying, the insect is understanding it, and whatever the insect is saying gets translated into English, and Mickey understands it. Mickey understands that why is he coming towards the spaceship with all these insects. After hearing which, the big insect, who is the boss of all insects, tells Mickey that my 2 insect children had come to your spaceship by mistake, but what did you do? You killed one of them and still have kept the other captive, and now that is why all of us are going to kill you all to take revenge for them. But now after listening to him, Mickey tells that big insect that actually when I came to your cave, you did not kill me, but you saved my life, so can I know why you did this? But friends, we see that this big insect does not answer this question of Mickey, and he simply tells Mickey that why we did this is a secret which I will not tell you. But then apart from this, Mickey 7 tells that insect that I want to stop this fight right now, and so you tell me how to stop this fight. After hearing this, the big insect, he says that you people have killed one of my children and have kept the other captive. And that is why if you want to stop this fight, then return the child whom you have made captive, and in return for the one you have killed, you get one of your people killed. That is, just like my worm has died, when one of your people dies, then my revenge will be equal, and if this happens, then we will return. Now friends, this time in the spaceship we see that Kenneth Marshall gets very angry with both the clones of Mickey because he had sent both the clones of Mickey to bring all the insects together, but both the Mickeys have stopped there to talk, and that is why he gets very angry seeing this, and that is why he decides that now he himself will go to that big insect and will talk to him himself, and after going to that insect he will tell them all to go back, and if all those insects do not listen to him, then he will attack all those insects and kill them all. And then friends, after making this plan, Kenneth Mal takes one of his cars and goes straight to the big insect. Mickey starts coming closer to the big insect. Meanwhile, we see Nusha, who snatches the small insect from Kenneth Marshall's wife inside the spaceship and quickly comes out of the spaceship and goes straight to Mickey so that she can hand over the baby insect to the big insect. Through this, Nusha reaches Mickey while running, after which they hand over the small insect to the big insect, and now as per the revenge of the big insect, he has got his small insect back, and now he needs a human sacrifice, after getting which they will return. However, fortunately at the same time Kenneth Marshall reaches them, and that is why Mickey 18 sees that Kenneth Marshall is very close to them, and now because Kenneth Marshall is a very mean person, Mickey 18 decides that the human sacrifice that the big insect needs, he will kill Kenneth Marshall as that sacrifice, after which the revenge of the big insect will be complete and all of them return. And then thinking this, Mickey 18 goes straight to Kenneth Marshall and starts fighting with him. Now friends, Kenneth Marshall had planted bombs on the bodies of both Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, and the bombs in the bodies of both of them were fitted in his hand, and that is why Mickey 18 fights with Kenneth Marshall and blasts the bomb number 18 in his hand, due to which Mickey 18 gets blasted, but along with him Kenneth Marshall also gets blasted and he dies, after which with this happening, the revenge of the insects is complete and all of them return. And then friends, in this way Mickey 17, Mickey 18 and Nasha together save all the humans, and now because Kenneth Marshall was also dead, that is why we see that both Mi-7 and Nasha together cancel this whole human multiple experiment and return to Earth with all the people of the spaceship, after which all of them die. People start living normal life, and then friends, with this the whole movie ends. So friends, this was the video on the story of Mye 1 movie. By the way, how did you like the story of this movie in our video? You must tell me in the comments, and if you have any other recommendation, then you can also tell me that in the comments. If you liked the video, then like the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, then subscribe to the channel quickly and also share this video as much as possible. And if you want to see more such videos, then for that you all should check out my channel. I hope you will like all the videos of my channel very much. So that's all in today's video. Let's end this video here. I will meet you in some other such great video. Till then, goodbye.